This camera is not a disposable camera, and it is a Fuji Xhalf killer. Why? Because instead of $800-900, you're only paying $140 for a similar experience. Now, let me tell you a little bit about that Flashback One that I bought a few months ago and I've been absolutely loving. I was with some professional photographers this weekend. A lot of them didn't know about it, so that's why I'm making this video. And I want to show you how cool it is and why this experience is unique. Alright, so there is something as a photographer is that we always put a lot of pressure on all the photos we're taking. And when I was a kid, disposable cameras were amazing. Why? Because you wanted to take memories with your friends, random stuff, yourself, with your friends, your family, and fun moments with no pressure. And for the first time, with all the digital cameras I've tried, this actually gives me the exact same experience as a disposable camera without being disposable, meaning I don't need to load film, and I also have that slow experience with a little trick that they added in this camera that I'm gonna share with you in a second. But just let's look at it first. Look, the look is really like a disposable camera. As you can see, we even have that little flash in the front. We have a small lens. We have the viewfinder, a little mark here to know if you can, if the flash is on or not. And you have that little gear that you crank up in order to take a photo. And that is pretty awesome, in my opinion, because even the sound it makes when you're taking a photo is exactly the same as you would have in a disposable camera. Listen to this. Right? Pretty incredible, right? Now imagine you give this to your kid, you're like, go have fun, take photos, or you bring this on a trip with friends, with family, because you actually want to put it in your pocket. It takes no space. You don't have to worry about damaging it that much. It's pretty sturdy. It has one connectivity, which is here, that USB-C. And the photos will look like on a film camera. Why? Because there's this app from Flashback that is connecting to this camera. And how it works is basically you're loading film manually by tapping in the app. You have 3 styles of film that you can choose. And literally you load them up. Then you have 27 takes. And once you're done with your takes, or even halfway when you're not finished, you can unload them to the app. And now, instead of that instant gratification and instant review of everything that we have everywhere in the fast world, we can slow down and you have 24 hours to wait to be able to see the photos. Then they show up in your gallery once it's done, and now you can enjoy it, download it to your phone, share it with friends. And the photos can be absolutely trash in some cases. For example, if you're flashing your face and the camera is not able to measure the light properly, you get overexposed. If you're in a high dynamic range situation, you can completely get burnt out. Your face is burnt out. You have no clue. I have no clue who was on the photo with me. Now you're thinking, why would I ever get this? Does that make any sense? Pierre, why do you even use it? Well, let me explain. There are caveats. You need to understand how it works, and the company has been doing updates in order to help us tweak things a little better, especially if you were getting a lot of overexposed photos. So in the app, you can now change the exposure compensation and have it to be minus 0.5 EV all the time, or even less than that. And there is even an option to change the metering mode to center average or to spot, or leave it as entire frame. I'm changing it to center average in order to test that right now. And also, I reduced the exposure by minus 0.5 EV just to see where it is. There are also limitations, obviously, with the shutter, just like on the Fuji Xhalf, where it's 1/2000th of a second. I don't know how slow it is on this one, or how fast it is, we could say. But it is going to be a limitation that may prevent you from having actually a properly exposed photo no matter what. And I want to mention it. If you take a cheap film camera, you will have better results with it. Why? Because it's different, it works differently, the optics are better. But if you want an experience, which I want, of not having to process film, this is great, honestly. And I actually want that limit of 24 hours. And I also don't want any screen, no screen at all, because I'll give you a quick example. My daughter has this camera that someone gifted her. And there are a few games and there are a few things at the back of the screen, and she gets really into looking at the screen and looking at the photos and going back and forth and on the videos rather than just taking photos. And when I give her this camera, she's fully focused in the moment and taking the photos and training her eye, which I think is pretty awesome. And then we look at the photos together later on when the roll of 27 is done. And I find that experience kind of beautiful. So for the price point it's at, I think it's doing a decent job for the experience. The image quality will be what it is, and hopefully it can get better over time. For friends, family, small situations, small moments, in my opinion, it's been fine. It's been great. You just need to know that sometimes you will be overexposed and work with that. And after a few rolls, and you get the hang of it. So it's been a few months I've been using it. I'm getting the hang of it. But some situations still happen where I was like, oh, direct light, it's awesome. And boom, completely overexposed. The app itself has been improving. There's been a few bugs here and there where I have to reconnect to the camera. But honestly, I have bugs in so many other apps for connectivity. Maybe an iPhone thing, I'm not sure. So I'm not pretending this is going to take the best photos ever and you're going to do an exhibit. But if you want to have an experience with no screen, no film to process, and the ability to review your images later on and not get distracted with reviewing them instantly and really having that delayed gratification. So let me know what you think. Have you tried it? Have you not tried it? And if you want to really take sharp photos, watch this video. And remember, grab my free photography cheat sheet with tips and settings for the field and get out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new, maybe release some pressure from thousands of dollars camera and get something fun for once and just reconnect with the joy of just taking photos.